talk about your online presentation. So what you're doing now is you are synthesizing your paper into a new medium, an online medium. I think with all of our experiences right now, we're pretty used to online spaces. Now it's time to use that knowledge. And you're not going to copy and paste your paper here. You're going to redo the paper in an online format. So same message, same argument, totally different format. One that uses visuals, interactive elements like quizzes or surveys or online activities that you link to, and then hyperlinks to, of course, link to these pages or different pages on your own web page. So here are online tools that you could use to create a web page. But let's actually look at a presentation example. This is, thank you again to the brave students who made this possible. This is a page that a student created for this class. And as we look at it, it is a wonderful example. We're going to see all the things that were done right and different things that we could do to build on this. So notice begins with the title. Title is big letters, is centered, and then has images from book covers. And this matters because a lot of the argument is going to center around the clothing and the way these women are being depicted. The activities that they're able to do as well as those that they cannot. We have the thesis. Notice how the thesis is done in different sized letters. What does that do for your eye? It draws you to the main parts of that thesis, right? That this is about evolution of gender roles and specifically looking at clothing, occupation, and images of domesticity. That works really well. And that's the sort of thing that you see with an online document. You don't see it in an MLA paper. Here is an image that points the eye downward. This image doesn't further the argument. It just kind of fills space. You should have all of your text broken up with images. But a better use of this space might be dealing with something specific from the argument. For example, it leads to this, here's a question. What specifically does Louisa May Alcott demonstrate about the evolution of gender roles through this? Instead of, if you're going to have a question like that, what you should have here is a video of yourself asking that question. So you can sort of create a mock discussion, and you should provide the answer to that in over or under the question. So instead of having an arrow here, having this quote, having this question, and then a video of yourself here, inserting a screencast-o-matic video of yourself talking about this issue would be an even more effective use of this space. This is very effective. These are images that came from databases that show real women from the time period that Alcott lived and is describing here, and what their clothing is literally doing to their bodies. Now, after these images, we have short definitions, and we have a link to a site where you can find more of these. Now, the site's at the V&A. That should be noted, because that's a British site rather than an American site where the book is set. So there should be a little caveat that says, you know, this link goes to a British site that has the same kind of clothing that was going to be worn in America, because this is just one of the best collections of online 19th century fashion. Now, along with this, these images need more of an explanation. A second video posted here just talking about clothing and what that's doing, giving the author's point here, would make this even more effective and interactive for us, the viewer. Here is a truly interactive element. If you click on this link, and it's also a hyperlink fulfilling that element of the paper, you can go to an interactive flash version where you are looking at women's clothing and seeing the different layers and how you put it on and what that means. And notice it's an educational site, so the thing that's being linked, this is, even though you're looking at getting dressed, this is all done in a professional and educational manner. Here, notice how the text is small. Would this be another good place to perhaps expand text, make it larger? I really like how color moves the eye, but moving it with the shape of the text and the size of the text would make this even more effective. And here we're shifting to a new section of the argument. This would be a great place again to sort of mark a section change, perhaps with a line or with the size of the text or the color of the text. And this section, with very minimal information, would be another great place, like to include a video of the author speaking and just giving a mini presentation on this section. So these are excellent example and an example that could be built upon even further as you are thinking about making your own presentations for this. But notice one of the things I really love here is that there are no blocks of text from the original essay, which is an excellent essay. But that is not appropriate for an online. No one wants to read long blocks of text when they're in an online format. They want short things with videos and links and things like that. That's how you should make this. Short with little videos, links, different format, same message.